Hello, let's try. I've already tried to film this review of the and summary of the Tapua Socialist Party once. So let's pray this works because my brain hurts. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. My love for on the ground journalism and filming was the only reason I attended the march today, and oh my god. I feel like I just went through a wrong think torture session and vocal and visible struggle session and brain changing attempt. There was one woman there because I made it. Oh my god, that march was so predictable. Every point that I predicted was said. And at the Perth march, yes, absolutely terrible for me to listen to. Welcome to Country did happen. There was a lot of chants for black and Indigenous people. Even though a lot of the students were white, there was no real mention of anything really impacting white people. So there was a clear message of white people there. They were actually cheering and supporting the Welcome to Country happening. So it seems that the indoctrination and brainwashing institutions of our time have done a great job of brainwashing young white students to hate themselves. That's very clear. They were actually cheering this Welcome to Country to happen, and yes, they pre-prepared an Aboriginal man to say the Welcome to Country in his own language, so that was unbelievably annoying to listen to. Yes, that was annoying. So much to say. Where do I even begin? Yes, the Welcome to Country. That was hard to hear. Yes. Oh, I had to go through that humiliation ritual, which is what the Welcome to Country is. And yeah, they were supporting it. I also got this flyer for Gender Affirming Mutual Aid Fund from the Trans Folk WA, if you see the sign there, with all the woke flags. See the Pride flag, Aboriginal flag, Islander flag, for fuck's sake. Yeah, it says grants of $300 to $1,000. Grants of $300 to or $1,000 available to support gender affirmation. So they want to. These socialists at the march today was very pro-trans. I saw a lot of pro-trans signs and flags. I saw the pride flag. Two very young girls was holding up the pride flag and decorating themselves in the pride flag. I'm like, you may as well, according to me, as a woman in Jesus Christ, and oh my God. Today's march, in the difficult moments where I just wanted to scream F you to them, I'm so glad that I have our Lord and Saviour in our... I'm so thankful that I have faith in Jesus Christ because, oh my God, the amount... I've never prayed so many times in a protest in my life for sanity and for holy strength that I do not require. I mean, I require it, but I do not hold. Yeah, I'm glad this protest definitely showed me how coming through this absolute leftist, communist, lefty downfall of our country, I cannot get through it without faith in God. So, if you can, then all good to you. But I wonder how many of these gender affirm grants are actually taxpayer dollars. Hey, Aussie taxpayers, look. The Gender Affirming Mutual Aid Fund says they have grants up to $300 or $1,000 available. This fund has grants available already. So where does the money that these grants are, where are they coming from? Australian taxpayers, I'm fucking sure. That's disgusting. God does not make mistakes. When you were born one gender, that is who God created you to be. It's so tragic how the message that our bodies are meant to be a holy temple for Lord Jesus Christ, who suffered and died on a cross for us. And these lefties, want money to surgically and medically change the way that God made you. It's disgusting and pure evil, and they've got the kids supporting this bullshit. That's what's fucking scary. I saw so many people wearing the pride flag and so much trans supporting flags and signs today. It's unbelievable, disgusting. I could say that today was a protest of sin, because they were supporting some crazy shit. I also saw this sign. I also got this flyer. Jews for Palestine WA, and apparently that's an organisation that actually exists. It's got all their contact info there, Facebook, Instagram, all their info there, the logo there, Jews for Palestine there, sign there. There was a lot of chanting about Gaza and Palestine, but I have attended, which Gaza and Palestine, this is Perth, in Perth, Western fucking Australia. Gaza and fucking Palestine have nothing to fucking do with us. This is Perth, Australia. It has nothing to fucking do with us, and it should not have anything to do with us. And I do agree that we're a bit anti-war, but I do agree with it. I'm anti-war. I don't want wars to happen, but I don't want. What I also don't want is this country's government sending thousands of dollars to overseas to fight a war that has nothing to do with us in the fucking first place. Well, Aboriginals that the government claims so much to actually care about and Aussies are homeless on the fucking streets. There's wars and Ukraine too. It has nothing to do with us. Actually, come to think of it, Ukraine wasn't mentioned either. Ukraine and Russia. It was only Palestine and Gaza that they care about. Now, I know I have attended the Iran rallies, but I think the Iran protests are different to the issue. I think Iran is important to Australians. Well, what's happening there is important to us. Gaza and Palestine is fucking not. And let me explain. I am on the Aussie first team, but let me explain why I think more Aussies should attend the Iran protest against the Islamic regime, because I've attended a few of those now, the Iran protests here in Perth against the Islamic regime, because it's important. I go there because getting a chance to chat to actual Iranians is a good opportunity. So it's a good opportunity to take advantage of. And last time that I went to the Iran protest, it absolutely shattered my heart to see rows and rows and rows and rows of photos of human faces of the Iran people so that have been killed for standing up against the Islamic regime there. That is evil. They have less free speech than we do. I know Australia is marching for free speech at the end of this month, but we're not at the standard of Iran's level of no free speech. See, I can attend the socialist march. I cannot agree with them, and we're not killing each other, right? So what I said to one of the Iran protesting men last time was that I attend the Iran protest against the Islamic regime because because I don't want one day, I'm afraid Australia's already had the Bondi I'm killing happened, and we all know what race of people caused that. I fear that in the future that I will attend these Iran marches, and instead of Iran people that instead of there being rows and rows and rows and rows of the Iran people being killed, it will be rows and rows of Australians, because we did not stand up against the Islamic regime. I have a great strong respect for the brave Iranian people that come to Perth and they protest against the Islamic regime. Australians need to do the same, and I think it's important for us to take notice of what's happening in Iran. But because we've already had the Bondi done by the Muslims. They're more of them are being allowed to invade our country, and third of all, we already have the hate speech laws protecting them. So yes, this Jews for Palestine post flyer here says we say no to the Siegel report. I don't know a lot about the Siegel report, but they say no to that. It says Julian Siegel, special envoy plan to combat anti-Semitism, was released in Australia 25. Yeah. Because the government imported the people that caused the anti-Semitism, and then caused I am 30 years old right now. I do not remember there being any type of Jewish hatred in the history of me being alive in Australia. I do not remember. I don't think that Jewish hatred existed in Australia until our imported the Muslims, in my opinion. This brochure says the plan is grounded in the widely rejected International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance. The definition of what the hell? No, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not what? Okay, our plan. It says here, our concerns, right? The plan is grounded in the widely rejected. Oh, okay. Apparently, according to these people, the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance was rejected, and they say that is the definition of anti-Semitism. You could do with that information what you will. Basically, they want to remove Gillian Siegel from her role as special envoy on anti-Semitism. They say that the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance definition conflates criticism of Israel with the hatred of the Jews, leading to proposals that would withdraw the funding of arts bodies and universities that do not comply, shape the media narrative, grant police special powers in responding to newly defined anti-Semitic. So, apparently, according to these crazy people, the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance. Okay, according to these people, the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance would shape the media narrative, grant police special powers in responding to a newly defined anti-Semitic incidents, and dictate immigration law. Oh God, no! There was a lot of pro-mass migration passaging at today's march that really made me angry and hurt my brain. So migrants are allowed, but I also need to be welcome to my country, because it's not my country. because I'm white and I must hate myself like half of the students that were there today. Does anyone else get profound confusion when I try to explain that? The profound confusion. That's insane. Oh yeah, these people, the Jews for Palestine people, say that the measures in the Australia already has laws against hate speech and harassment. Yeah, that's the fucking problem, is that we have hate speech laws. Don't try and I think the entire anti-Jew hatred hate speech laws in Australia is a fucking joke and a virtue signal and all that does fuck all. If you really cared about Jewish hatred, support the people that you brought here that caused the Bondi killing that we don't want here anyway. But no, you're too much of a coward to do that. Alright, it says here, the bottom here, Australia, we must fight all forms of discrimination, including Islamophobia, anti-Palestine sentiment. Oh God, yeah, these lefties, man, they love fucking Palestine. Yeah, but they do not give a shit about, and do not even mention the Iranians getting killed for speaking out against the Islamic regime. No, they don't mention about fucking Iran. And racist towards our First Nation community. See how all their care, all their anti-racism stuff, all their anti-hate, it's all towards not white, black and indigenous people. They do not give a fuck about white hatred because most of them are brainwashed into it. I'm so pissed off right now. Apparently, Gillian Siegel had to distance herself from a $50,000 donation from a trust controlled by her husband. That's an interesting piece of information. She received a $50,000 donation from a trust controlled by her husband. Isn't that some conflict of interest there? Is her husband legally allowed to do that? Oh, and her brother too. Oh, that's a double clash of conflict of interest. Let me know if you think that's some. I don't think that should be allowed. And his brother made it to the right-wing group Advance. Okay, I gotta search up Advance and Amnesty International. Oh God, I can imagine what they are about. Siegel's plan to combat anti-Semitism undermines fundamental civil and political rights, stifles protests, and risks deepening community divisions. That's what we're saying here. Australian Lawyers Alliance. Yeah, like hell we should trust them. The report conflates criticism of Israel with anti-Semitism and it has been rightly condemned by numerous human rights groups and will have the effect of censorship. So these people care about fucking Gaza and Palestine, right? There's the contact, upside down. Here's the contact info if you want to complain to the Jews for Palestine. There's the contact info there. And I want to keep this. There's some interesting information on that. Of course, I don't support that. Yeah, Palestine and Gaza has and should have fuck all to do with us. What really made me angry, and I again had to pray for holy strength not to shout this out because I don't want to start an argument with these crazy people. They were at this protest. There was a small number of Muslim female students wearing headscarves shouting that Pauline Hanson's fucking racist. I'm like, sorry, excuse me? Sorry, I don't care if you wear 500 headscarves. You do not have the right, in my opinion. You wearing a headscarf should actually discount your opinion. You don't have the right to come here without my vote, without our agreement, and then take part in a protest about how we should run our country. What a fucking brainwashing, stupid, useless tool is these headscarf wearing Muslim students who, in my opinion, shouldn't even be here in the first place. And clearly our schools have given up on teaching these students to be proud of their country. And if these teachers had if the teachers had anything symbolizing a backbone, they would have told these Muslim students, take off their fucking coward headscarves, because you're in Australia, and in Australia we don't wear coward cloth on our heads. But apparently being proud of your country is not allowed anymore. And the amount of times she called Pauline Hanson was called racist, a bigot, and all of us who support her were called racist, a bigot, all this kind of shit. It's so predictable. It was more painful. It was a broken record, and will need to go and eat lunch and spend some time in church and spend time trying to regain my sanity, because these people are insane. Oh, they had a guy talking about fucking Gaza and Palestine, who seems to be from there, telling us that Pauline Hanson's fucking bad. Excuse me? You're not from here, talking about a war that has nothing to do with us. What authority do you have to telling us how our country should be run and who to fucking vote for? That actually... the whole purpose of your rant, dude, is actually causing the opposite of your task. I want to vote for Pauline Hanson 10 times more now. So fuck you. What authority does anyone have that's not from here and who is advocating for a war and is screaming about a war that has nothing to do with us? I don't give a fuck about Gaza and fucking Palestine. I care about our universities and schools being indoctrination institutions, turning our youth into dumb, useless, cowardly government tools to push a stupid country-breaking message full of lies. Yeah, it's fucking insane. Oh my god, these people are so retardedly insane. I went there because I want to be the journalist that can attend and film marches I don't agree with, but man, it's not easy. I feel like I went through... there was one slightly older woman there that was literally trying to change my mind. Like, they were going on about Pauline Hanson being racist because she wants one country, one flag, and they say that that is harmful to the Aboriginals because, oh my God, they're going to lose their flag. I'm like, well, either one people and one flag. I am on board, actually, with the one flag, one country, because I do feel that the Aboriginal flag actually means fuck all, because, well, a lot of them are homeless in Perth, so, and they should be one country, one flag. I think the two flags actually takes part in the division between those two groups, and I think the so-called division between the Aboriginals and the whites that the left love to cause and then cry about is actually completely fake. I think it's fake. The industrial Aboriginal victim complex was alive today. And yeah, a Welcome to Country began this brainwashing march, and as oh my God, my brain is hurting. Try. I will end this rant with this. I could go on all day, but one, I need food and I need to get into a church because, oh my God, my brain. Maybe church and God can restore my sanity. These people, especially the women. Here we go. One last point. They were very pro-abortion, these lefties, these socialists. And actually, they weren't afraid to call themselves socialists at all. At their tent, right, they had like a tent. I went to grab one of their big, a book of theirs, like about what they believe, because I thought that'd be interesting for journalistic purposes. But they wanted me to pay $5 for their book about their organization, while shouting that Elon Musk is bad and capitalism is evil because they hate Elon Musk. It's oh my God. And my brain hurt trying to find some logic. So I did not get the book that I wanted for for posting on X reasons, because I refused. I did not want to give them any cash, any money at all. I did not want to give these people any my money. It was not worth it enough to give them my money. So isn't it interesting? And on the socialist Facebook page, they say business politics is bad, capitalism is evil, but they want on their website, they want donations, and they're selling merch. And yes, they want you to pay for that merch. It's unfucking believable. I would say no awareness of how infuriating that they are. They've got no idea. They just think they're doing the right thing, and they are not, and they could not be more wrong. The amount of times I was trying to scream out "you're wrong" through every point they made. They were protesting. A lot of the women and the men too were clapping for this, which is evil and disgusting. So they were angry that they were shouting about Pauline Hanson taking away abortion pills and banning abortion. I'm like, to me, Pauline Hanson's not even radical enough on that issue, but, you know, I would ban it all nationwide at any stage at all. But, you know, I guess Pauline Hanson's a stepping stone to that point. Yeah, I would say she's not even radical on that issue enough. Yeah, it's insane. Insane. Yes. So they were angry at Pauline for they were angry at Pauline for being anti-abortion, taking away their right to kill their baby. So I'm sorry, but today's upside down world, I can't call a woman a slut, but she can act like one and then kill her baby whenever she wants. I'm sorry, you can't have it both ways. If you want to act like a slut, I'm going to call you one. And if you're going to kill your baby, I'm going to call you a murderer. So you are killing a life. Just because you can't see the life when you kill it and it's in you, doesn't mean it's not a murder. If that life has a heartbeat, it is and you kill that heartbeat, it is murder. And in my world, you would be thrown in jail just for supporting it if I was in charge. And actually, in my world, if I was in charge, the clinic that you go to kill your own baby would not exist, because I do not claim that anyone working in an abortion clinic is a real job. I think it's just legalized murder. Just because you can't see the life when you kill it inside of you doesn't mean it's not a murder. But everyone who is alive wants a say on babies not being allowed to be born. Isn't that interesting? So these people value their own life so much, but they don't want another baby they want the chance to kill another baby so they don't get to value theirs. Is this, what kind of upside down timeline are we in? This is insane. You don't get it's the epitome of selfishness. You don't get to enjoy your own life and then just have the law allow you to kill a baby whenever you want. I go, I'm sorry. If you want to be... A man actually told me... Unbelievable. A man told me that you should... Sorry. I was talking to this older man, who's one of them, and I was talking to him about Pauline Hanson, right? All these people, I hate her. And I brought up the point that I do think is true, that with the low birth rates, if we ended abortion the way that I would, properly, and also shut down the clinics, because again, that's not a real job. Just like I wouldn't say that a woman dancing on a pole is a real job either. Just working in an abortion clinic is also not a job, in my opinion. That's how pro-life I am. Yes. So I said to this woman, no, I said to this man that with the low birth rates being always cried about, if we banned abortion properly nationwide at any stage, then we could let the birth rate go up naturally with Australian-born babies instead of pumping up the birth rates in the fakest way possible with foreign mass migration. And he sort of thought about it, but wasn't entirely on board. This man come up to me and said the most stupid question. He said to me, if a woman has 4 kids and she falls pregnant again and doesn't want the 5th one, then should she be allowed to kill her 5th one? I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? This is a man asking me this. And I go, oh my God. I thought, no. I said, no. She has her own self-responsibility and her own brain and capacity to think. If she has 4 kids and doesn't want another, you can just not get into bed. It's not that fucking difficult. Yeah, just don't have sex. Like, don't think about it. Like, are these lefty women or any woman just not capable of the basic purpose of why they have a brain to think? Are they not capable of thinking 2 steps ahead about consequences of your actions? They just want to act like sluts and sleep with whoever they want and get rid of the consequences because, hey, it's not a life, if I can't see it, it's not a life. It's oh my God. And there were men clapping today when the women were screaming about abortion being, and Pauline Hanson's abortion stance is so evil, and I'm like, oh my fucking God, this society is doomed. So yeah, there's my summary of the WA socialist protest that is anti-Pauline. I don't know at the moment if I want to attend another lefty protest, but we'll see what happens. I will now go through the process of regaining my sanity. Thank you all very much for watching. Done.